Welcome to Every New Day, and this is ENDtv, and I am Bird. I'm the creative content media producer, and I wanted to talk a little bit about what ENDtv is and where we're going with ENDtv and what is planned. As of now, we've released a couple of ENDtv news videos, and we've done a couple of end streams, which are our live streams. However, we're still sort of working out all the little kinks and issues, and we're sort of still finding our rhythm. As we move on, we have a particular idea of the direction we want for ENDtv. This is a brand which is trying to differentiate itself from most other sort of world news and geopolitical culture channels online. And our principles and values remain the same, of course. We strive to keep things away from being neo-reactionary and also hyper-polarized. Our interest is really to show all sides and provide a variation of sources. But as time goes and as we see how the trends work online, it's pretty clear that people are not only fed up with the news and fed up and frustrated with the polarized sides of politics and this reactionary commentary, which is very hyper opinionated. But people are kind of also tired with the same medium, the same format, the same style. I think most people are already familiar about what goes on, or they personally are only interested more so in particular topics that are trending or have some relatability. The end stream will be more structured and formatted in a way where it will enable a more naturalistic approach from myself to react and to report on things as we see them throughout the week. And the ENDtv news videos, I believe, will be a bit more focused on broader topics that range across the spectrum of the entire world and are somewhat a little bit more intriguing and relevant. Of course, elections and the internal politics that occur within different countries are necessary to be reported on. But at the end of the day, I think what we wish to highlight more so is corruption, to put a lens on the things that the mainstream media are too afraid to do because they are beholden to their higher masters, or perhaps what alternative news chooses not to focus on as much because they're just interested in highlighting that which is more trending, or, that will acquire more views and clicks. So, yeah, I think this is our interest further. And in doing so, we choose no sides. We never do. But it will be controversial. It will probably rub some people the wrong way. And that's fine. Because at the end of the day, guess what? We don't give a shit. It is what it is. You watch us because we strive to be different. And we want people to think different and to be critical and for you to make up your own minds. I think the news in general today, it's become irrelevant because there's no value to it. The origin of the news back in the golden era of news, if you think about it, and this is even before the 20th century, was to inform you because you just didn't have the capacity to be informed. Prior to the printing press, most people couldn't read, and most people didn't even know what was going on. Then with television and radio, of course, that helped pave the way to provide more information. However, down the line, with corporate interests and lobbies and special interests, what we've seen is that the landscape of news media has become somewhat like football, and everyone has their particular outlet that they refer to because it highlights or it targets their own interest. So conservatives will watch Fox News, and more liberal-minded people will watch CNN, for instance. And that's not what we want to be. And this is kind of translated and transferred into the online sphere, where even with alternative news media, we've seen the same thing. It's very hard not to be pigeonholed and difficult not to get labeled, because someone's always going to label you something. And I've been labeled everything under the sun, so it doesn't really matter. But we don't really care about that. I think what we want to try to do is to encourage a more positive and productive perspective on how we cover relevant issues, especially social issues and current events and cultural topics. So we're not just going to be specified to just reporting on news and the latest in the news and this and that, because that's always going to be turning around every time. And it's not that interesting, actually, because nobody cares. And you know why nobody cares is because people are just tired. They're worn out. This is why people have switched off. That's why all the news media relies on clickbait, for instance, online, or other tactics by, just talking about Trump, because they know it's going to get people aggravated, or somehow, maybe not aggravated, maybe they're going to get people pumped because you have people on both sides of the aisle. But that's no way really to inform people or to really inspire people. And I think the goal for ENDtv moving forward is that we want to inspire, we want to inform, educate, but we want to enlighten too, and we want to inspire, as I said. And this is just the beginning. So keep checking us out. Subscribe to our channels. We're on Rumble, YouTube, Kick. That's where we stream simultaneously for the end stream, and we will continue that, and we'll probably do more of those and different types as well. And we are also on X, of course. Please follow us on there, and Discord. Join our community, and we're still growing. And it will be you, the viewers, you, the followers, the subscribers, who really make this become something more than what already is there. We're not here trying to sell you anything. That's not our interest. We don't even monetize for ads because ads are annoying, and fuck ads. If we're going to ever take on a sponsor or we're going to promote something to you, that's because we use it and we like it. And we see no point in doing that right now. So yeah, this is an opportunity. So keep with us. And keep following us and join us, because this is just the beginning of the end. And as you know, the end is every new day.